Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Just a few days after one of the biggest cheating scandals so far this year, seems like Arcitys and Dashy are exposing more every single day. Hackers that have no remorse at all, even streaming their hacks live on air. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Really upset the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that one. This one again from Trey Zero Morris. Here he is on, well, it's on Gavutu control of course. He's an absolute menace over towards this B point. That's the thing really where London dominated this kind of side of the map. They were so good at getting this B capture at the early part of the year. Kind of failed for them a little bit at the major. They failed to win an offense on this map, well, at least a lot of the time. It was a defense only really, and they kind of choked a few situations. Maybe they can turn it around if Zero is going to drop stuff like this on the regular. This also just to mention real quick, because Treyarch, they've been grinding a lot lately. They've been doing some new updates for Black Ops Cold War, this type of stuff. They're also saying that ranked players coming out of beta for Season 3 with a few other things coming in, weapon blueprints, exclusive camos, weapon charms, more type of stuff like this. So that's honestly great because, you know, we've seen back in the day, the Advanced Warfare days, for example, the ranked player system wasn't very good because you could use all the weapon variants and stuff like this. But still, if you had a good placing or whatever, you got some great cosmetic gear. Like, it's been a thing that we've wanted in ranked play for quite some time. So the other side of this actually is that Treyarch are working, obviously, they worked on the ranked play, which wasn't very good for their own game in Cold War. They've now worked on it for Vanguard. Will they work on it for next year's game as well? Because you do have to think that probably Infinity Wars aren't best placed based on what they did in Modern Warfare 2019 of actually doing a good ranked play mode. So hopefully that's what Treyarch are doing, because I believe there's been some talk, as Ghost Hope mentions right here, that Treyarch are involved to some degree in Modern Warfare 2, the upcoming game, because I guess they've got a couple of years off before their next title is scheduled to come out in 2024. Therefore, they might be being tasked to kind of bring in the ranked play system here from Vanguard into this new game. The Vanguard system, I think, is good. It's not quite as good maybe as it was in World War II, because the fact that people have like 6,000 SR is pretty ridiculous, to be honest. Back in World War II, you couldn't really get above 3,000, because, you know, if you were at 3,000 SR, you'd play against other 3,000 SR players effectively, and you couldn't go up or down. But it's still better than we've had for quite some time. So if that does actually come to the new Modern Warfare game, that of course will be a step in the right direction, especially if they can port it over at launch. But you know, of course, that's a probably wishful thinking, to be perfectly honest. This just to mention real quick, because it just sums up the Paris Legion. I couldn't believe this actually when I saw it. But as Mike K-Box says, he's doing some kind of like coaching stuff that I think is really cool when, like, you know, pros, former pros, top amateurs, this type of stuff, get you know, get a little business head on them and start offering player coaching. But he actually says in reply, because he's technically the assistant coach for Paris Legion, as you can see here in the bio, and as he says, I don't get paid by them at all, unfortunately. So this is honestly pretty remarkable to me. If he's the assistant coach for the Paris Legion, I guess they pay their main coaching staff in theory. You'd have thought they could, well, spare some expense for AVOX right here. But yeah, apparently not. So thought this kind of mind-blowing, no contract or anything along those lines. Paris Legion, top-tier professional CDL organization, by the way. Let's talk about the cheating stuff then. So a few days ago, we of course looked at this, the number 2 player on Vanguard, well, it was his name, like Plexify, whatever. This guy, well, very much exposed himself hacking live on air. So fantastic stuff. But the thing is, this guy actually tried to hide it, right? He tried to hide it. He got exposed. He said that he was only doing it because he wanted to get the camos, which is just an unbelievable excuse. All this type of crack and entertainment from the Call of Duty scene. Of course, he was the number 2 ranked player. He eventually gets kicked from the leaderboard. There has been many questions about the number 1 ranked player the last few days, but plenty of other people are just hacking, well, effectively blatantly, which does is quite remarkable to me. I heard about this, honestly, you can see it right here on the screen, but I heard about this when the Halo stuff is going on. I believe maybe it's still an issue in Halo. That some people just run around the Halo ranked player ladders just blatantly cheating and like saying they're doing it, and yet, you know, 343 doesn't seem to do all that much about it. Same thing apparently is happening now in Call of Duty. So Perplex gets removed from the top 250. We saw here a few days ago, but you know, well, Dashy was kind of running into some potential hackers in the game last night. So was Arcitys. Crazy how well, how prevalent this seems to be, and how some of the players don't even seem to want to hide it, right? They're making it so blatant. You do have to wonder if some of these players are making it just this blatant. Like, you know, what about the players that are actually trying to hide it and keep it under wraps? This I thought was really cool actually as well from Chad Johnson right here. So basically the NFL ruined my gaming career because those years on the field could have been dedicated to big like Dashy with the sniper rifle. So crazy gas for Dashy. We know that kind of Chad Johnson follows esports a fair bit. Optigocho would have been different. It says Dashy here in the replies. But yeah, he was definitely running into some people. I'll have to share a few clips for you guys here in a second. It's honestly unbelievable stuff. Like Arcitys ran into some guys as well. He was having some words for him. But Arcitys literally went on this guy's stream. Like honestly, like some of these guys, you'd think, okay, maybe some wall hacks or whatever, like they'll just sprinkle them in. But this guy was literally just aimbotting in ranked play. Like just no, you know, no F's given, I suppose. And live streaming it for the world to see. So I can't believe the audacity of some of these guys. Like this guy Diak actually brought up his kind of hacks menu live on air. And still was like, look, I've never been banned. No one's ever dealt with me. Like I suppose maybe, well, his time may well come as a result of this type of stuff that's coming out. But like I just can't believe how bad the anti-cheat system is, which I guess is non-existent, but also like the ability of the kind of, I guess, Treyarch or whoever's dealing with this stuff, Sledgehammer, to actually ban some of these guys. Just because if you're so blatantly doing it live on stream with aimbots, like, you know, surely you shouldn't be around for too long.
Look at him, look at him! Unbelievable awareness! Is it a stream? Oh, yeah. For sure. Oh, bro. It couldn't be any more obvious.
He's literally sitting at the ground, bro.
He played a game in peace,
His
bro.
dog.
I paid for this game, and I paid for these hacks, so let me play with what I paid for, bro. Oh, bro,
This guy's actually a weirdo.
Damn, get off my dick.
Like, how could you get on a game and be like, yo, I want to hack it? Like, the whole point of rank play is, like, competitive.
No, can you please not talk? Shut the f up. Yo, drop your balls and talk to me, bitch. Listen to you. Yo, shut the f up. Shut the f up, bitch. I literally smell the piss off your breath, brother. You literally licked your dog's wiener. Shut the f up. Shut the f up. Listen to you, you're hacking, brother. Shut the f up.
Yo, nah, jet ski's a bigger bitch.
Bro. Nah, I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose. Look.
Didn't work. He exposed his hacks.
Look.
He showed his hacks.
Look. Look at this.
So Doug Master, of course, has been very frustrated about this over the last few days. Like, he's currently sitting at number 6 worldwide. Who knows how many people above him have actually got some dodgy stuff going on there as well. The number 1 player, of course, has very much been brought into question that people talked about a few days ago. But, I mean, yeah, some people like this just blow my mind, to be honest. It's incredible how kind of not necessarily normalized it's been, because I don't think it's been normalized. But, like, just because there's so many people doing it right now, it really does raise the question about what's going on down there in challenges. Because even if the monitor cams come through, there's some people that have said that even if you monitor cam, so people can see your monitor on your stream as well, so that you can see that you don't have any like wall hacks or anything, at least on the screen, as in like outlined to the players. You can still do stuff where like there's some maybe hack that you can have where you have like a little minimap thing in the bottom left corner. It's just a few dots spinning rounds, and like it kind of gives you an indication where they are. That's not something you can even see on the monitor cam. So there's so many issues with this that are getting very frustrating, right? And Dashy and the others, I mean, Dashy's clip, for example, when this guy just so blatantly tracks him all the way through the wall as he drops down, like you know, there's just no way that was legitimate, to be perfectly honest. So many people like this, it seems like every day these guys are running into new cheaters, and some of them are just so blatant that they're even live streaming it on public because they don't believe they're going to get caught, or at least, well, maybe they're going to get caught. They're not going to get banned as a result, though. So it is very frustrating, and it means that any actual legitimate up-and-coming amateurs get no respect that they deserve at all in the rank play system, because nobody knows if something dodgy going on. So it makes it really difficult for the tier 2 scene to break into tier 1 and amateur players to break into the pros, because the pros aren't going to give them any respect at all if they're smoking them in ranked. Plenty of discussion on this, actually, as Crowder says, what is the best CoD ever made for competitive play specifically? To me, I think the answer is probably Black Ops 2, at least for competitive. Like, look, Black Ops 3 is my favorite CoD game ever. It's so much fun. It's absurd. Played so much of that game. And, yeah, if there's like one CoD game I could just play, like, is that the only game I could play forever? It'd certainly be Black Ops 3. For competitive, though, because looking back on Black Ops 3, there are some maybe rose-tinted glasses on how good it was for competitive, just because, okay, the specialists came in, they were a bit broken, right? Heatwave, like, it was a bit annoying, not gonna lie. You've also got to consider the wall running that, you know, was excellent early on, but the problem is when you played very good teams, and also on the pro level, like the wall running and the movement got, if anything, too good, in that, like, it's very difficult to deal with players flying around the air and doing these crazy wall runs, and it can add a lot of randomness where you have no idea where to look at all when you're holding an angle, because the guy can come from, like, you know, you can come from super high or super low, you can slide across the ground, all this type of issues. So, you know, I think there were some problems for the competitive perspective in that front, but still, on the whole, Black Ops 2 is phenomenal. But I think Black Ops 2 is probably the safe pick here. Most people seem to agree, at least. Well, some of the replies were somewhat sooner games, but as Joe DeLuca says, that being Merc, it's Black Ops 2. Starting to believe 99% of the CoD fan demographic currently is from 2016, 2017 and up. They got the Bacage brain for sure, says Slasher here in the replies. And this is what aBeZy says: Black Ops 2 competitively, Black Ops 3 overall. But there were a lot of replies with more recent titles. Some people were even giving it to Vanguard, but I imagine there was some sort of tongue-in-cheek going on right there. Wanted to finish out with these as well from Lionman to some new, well, cards come out. Of course, well, for the top 3, top 2, and top 1 teams of the event. These are the Boston Breach cards. I'm pretty sure we looked at Method's card the other day here, but like these stats are just absolutely absurd. Nero has a 72, TJ a 91. It's a fair play to him, to be honest, because I think in a lot of people's eyes, people were semi-surprised when TJ came back into this team. That like, you know, people were wondering whether he could be so successful. The last 2 years have been very difficult for him. Cap's still here as well. His control hasn't been so good. The other game modes, though, very impactful. There's no doubt about it. The second place team, of course, none other than Atlantaface. Good stage for Simp on the whole. Of course, he has a 0.99 in the hard point here, but in search and in control, he's been pretty damn good. Cellium with, again, like his stats in the respawns are just ridiculous. So 1.28 in hard points, kind of insane, right? Because at the start of the year, Cell had, you know, what, a 2.7 in his first, like, 6 search and destroy maps of the season. I think he had, like, a 1.4, maybe 1.6 overall for the entirety of the first stage. This stage, he only has a 1.05. aBeZy, though, to be fair, we did talk a few days ago, like, aBeZy this season hasn't quite looked at the level that he needs to be at. That was most of the talk, actually, around Simp at the start of the year, that he wasn't performing that well. Now I think Simp's done pretty well. Like, he's certainly had his moments, definitely had his great maps, gets a 95 overall here, even though, like, the numbers, not exactly sure how they get come up with here on the Lionman front, but there's some sort of calculation that goes into it, which you'd imagine is reasonably accurate. But just the fact that aBeZy has got 0.93 in hardpoint, 0.84 in search, 0.99 in control, not exactly great. I mean, his first blood stats are still immense, as in he gets more than 50% first bloods while getting in so many engagements, but his damage per round isn't great. Look, there's definitely some things that FaZe might need to think about on that front in terms of getting aBeZy back to his maximum potential, and this then the absolutely beautiful cards that come in from Lionman for the #1 spot. Of course, the MVP in Spart, what a performance from him. Slasher, the only player on the team to have over a 1 in all the game modes, a 1.3 in search and destroy, 1.14 in control, I thought was particularly impressive. And no doubt an honorary mention here as well to Gunless, who was not able to attend the event, but still was going to be in the hearts of the players as they won. There's still many questions about what exactly is going to go on here from their front row. What are they going to do? Is Gunless going to come back at some point with the Volk potentially getting GA'd, it seems like? Is Spart going to be as good as he was? Plenty of questions here that arise as a result, like is Gunless going to get picked up elsewhere? I don't know what's going to happen, but Los Angeles Guerrillas haven't really said all that much about it. Maybe when they do their warpath or something, there'll be some more details coming out then. And just to finish out with this from Money Hill stats I thought was pretty cool. Memorable moments so far this year. The first 100 point club came on Gavutu, 250 to 57. Back when Los Angeles Thieves were a dominant force in hard points, but it's arguably the same old Paris Legion. But very much enjoying your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit a like button, tell us YouTube gods, this is a good video. I just like you should see it as well. And I grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.